Alright, here is the jet ski Kentucky Jetjon. What I've got is a jet ski hull that I mounted into my John boat, as you can see. I've used geocell. You can kind of see some of it over here. It's been about 4 days and still pretty soft. It does take time to cure, I guess, being a little thick. 1/2 inch, mounted it with carriage bolts, 6 on each side. Originally was going to place it against the back of the transom, but due to gaps and problems I had to cut the jet ski hull and push it to the outside. As you can see here, I went around it with aluminum channel, ran around the jet pump area, secured it in. Looks pretty crappy right now due to the fact that it hasn't been painted or anything, and I was mostly concerned about any type of leaking, so all that's been caulked in and riveted across the top, set in geocell as well. I did run my exhaust out the back here, as you can see. Used 3M 5200 to seal that. Had to make some changes on the exhaust direction. Pulled this out of here, used the pipe, ran it around, and ran it through a through-hole fitting, as you can see there. So, seemed to work out pretty good. Time will tell, I guess. But that's what I've got so far. Had to cut the floor out. This boat came with an aluminum floor on it, so it's sort of a pain. And also, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is a dip down in here, and I had to beat that out to accommodate for the jet ski hull profile. It has a flat profile running along the bottom. It's very difficult to get that to set right and have the jet ski not sit up. I want it to lay down flat. And I'll get under the boat here and show you what I'm dealing with as well. But everything seemed to mount in there. I haven't started the engine or anything, as I have really no way to run the controls yet. But I'll take a look under here and show you what I've got going on. Everything is, as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell, but everything's been caulked in. You can kind of hear that. That's the geocell caulking. Again, kind of hard to see, but there up here is where I had to beat the hull down in order to, sliding around on my garage floor here, in order to get this to set in here. So there is a slight gap right there due to an overzealous person with a hammer. That would be me. But at any rate, it's all sealed and tight along these areas, and all the bolts have been sealed with 5200 as they went through the bottom of the hull, and this is sealed completely and embedded in caulking all throughout. What I'm going to have to do here, and it's kind of hard to see, but this area, let's see if I can get a better angle for you. This area here, if you can look down there, maybe that gives you a better profile view of what's going on, but this flows flat and it runs up. So I had to beat this down. Basically, this rib here would have caused turbulence into the jet. So I flattened this area out, as you can see, and kind of caused a little bit of a gap right there. So what I wanted to do was to put some fiberglass across this area and down across the front of the jet ski fiberglass body here. However, due to the caulking right here and over here, and this stuff's set up pretty well because it's thin. It's dried out, but I don't know if the fiberglass resin will adhere to that, being that it's still, caulking and not the hard metal surface. I can't really abrade that to allow that to stick. So this is clear fiberglass in this area. Caulking kind of starts around here and around there. So I do have fiberglass here, and I do have bare metal here and around this area, but I'm not sure if I can get anything to stick to this caulking. So that's my main dilemma at the moment. Any rate, that's what I got going on. I did have to cut this hole out a little larger than what I originally anticipated due to the size of the jet ski bottom. This was a rather large jet ski. It was a Kawasaki 750 STS, which is technically a 3-seater, and this stuff is about a ½ an inch thick. It's insanely thick fiberglass. So, at any rate, that's what I got to deal with. I also, let me get swung around here. This isn't awkward, but I cut out the hull to allow for my ride plate channel, and that way if I ever need to mess with a pump or suck any type of rocks up, which I'm sure will happen at some point in time, I'll be able to drop the housing. All I have to do is unscrew my ride plate bolts and the whole thing drops down. I would have rather come over with my metal to here. That way I have more of a seal as well. And any rate, that's about what I've got going on. So getting attacked by my dog here. Anytime I get on the ground, she thinks it's playtime. So, all right, guys. Well, thought I'd share it with you. Any suggestions, tips, or anything of that nature, let me know.